I would have to say it's not as big in a lot of the councillors' eyes as I thought it would be. Like, I thought a lot of the councillors would stand up and go, oh, okay, youth are getting into even the political side of Orange at the moment and trying to make a difference. A lot of the councillors outside of Fiona Rossiter, outside of John Davis, outside of Reg Kidd and a few others, a lot of the councillors just shrugged it off and pushed it away, but and forgotten about it. But the ones that matter, like John Davis, Fiona Rossiter, they still support it, and everything we do, they're 100% behind it. Like with the project for Moulder Park, might not be getting a youth centre, but at least we're getting it redeveloped so it's more youth friendly. A lot of the public voted against it. Yes. A lot of people, and I'm not going to aim at anyone, but they weren't in the youth demographic, said that they didn't have it when they were younger, so why should we? But then we argued back to them, wouldn't you have preferred to have had this when you were younger? They said, yeah, but we didn't, so you shouldn't. And they argued against it and they won. A lot of them came, which was very strange to me, a lot of them came from the other end of town up near Bel Air and places like that, North Orange. And that was a shock to me, considering that Moulder Park is in South Orange and it's literally almost 20 k's away from their area. They didn't want it because the main argument that was given, and it was an uninformed argument, that the roads needed to be updated first. And not only that, like, they said it's just a place for kids to get drunk and destroy it. I'm like, well, no, it's not. And they also said that it's only a place for Rock Up, which is the music session of the youth music session of Orange City Council. It's just a place for them to call home, and that's all we want it for, is a gig location. But one section of the whole thing would have been a multi-purpose hall, not just for music, but for things like martial arts classes. They have to train outside. Even during the winter, they have to train outside. And all the other classes that don't have a place to call home. That's what it would have been. And a lot of people seen it as just a place for kids to graffiti, get drunk, run amok. And we said, no, it's not. It's a place for kids to call home, and a place for HSC students can go there, use computers if they don't feel like going to the library, where they can actually talk to their friends and make a bit of noise, listen to music loudly and study when they don't want to be at home, or they don't want to be at the library where they've got to be quiet and study away. Like, it would have been a very multi-purpose centre, but unfortunately I don't think we're ever going to get it.
Must make you quite sad and angry.
Or more sad than angry, like disappointed would be the word I would like to use. It would have been great to have it, and it would have been great to be the youth mayor that pushed it along and pretty much was there during the whole development of it. It would have been great to be that person, but unfortunately it's just the way the dice is rolled, I guess. This year I was really disappointed in National Youth Week this year. It's a national thing, and it was kind of pushed aside because Orange, I think it was Food Week or Wine Week, was put on top of it. And no one knew it was National Youth Week, even though there were events being run all around town. All the advertising funding went to the Food or Wine Week or whatever it was in April. And so, like, that felt like a kick in the guts, really, because that felt like our town and our council and everybody in the know, which unfortunately is not just council members, it is business owners as well that run this town pretty much. They didn't really care about the youth, they didn't give a damn about the youth, and they shut them aside and put what they thought was more important over the top. And when, like, it's Orange Youth Week, it could have been moved anywhere with the Orange Council approval. National Youth Week is on a national basis. that couldn't have moved without a national agreement. I don't want to pull out because my personal personality is stick with it until the end until I'm told that I can't do it anymore. And if I'm told that I can't do it anymore, I try a little bit harder to make them think that it should be done still. So I will stick with it till the end until I'm told I can't do it anymore.
What do you see happening here in Orange if not more is done for youth of your age?
Well, where I used to live is a town down the coast. I won't mention it just in case I annoy anybody, but nothing was done for the youth. It became a holiday destination and a retirement destination. And the youth, as soon as they hit 18, moved to a city like Wollongong, Sydney, Canberra, and left the town. So now that the only youth in the area down there are under 18s or those with full-time employment and can't leave. And that's what I see happening in Orange. As soon as kids hit 18, they're gonna leave the town, go to Newcastle, Sydney, Wollongong, Canberra, Melbourne, where a lot of my current friends have moved to Melbourne because their reasons for doing so were there is no sport for the youth in Orange, no support for sport. Well, there is a fair bit of support for sport. There's no sport in the arts. There's no sport in like a youth centre. There's nothing for the youth in Orange at the moment, apart from like the skate park and junior athletics. That's about it, really.